It's been a crazy couple of years. It's been a crazy couple of years since my sister's wedding, but it's had its upsides and downsides, and I just feel really fortunate to be able to. Well, really nervous, but it's incredibly exciting, and I feel really lucky to have been in this position to publish a book. So that's great.
The royal wedding that changed history didn't just crown a duchess. It transformed Pippa Middleton from a private citizen to the target of global obsession. But what happens when being in the spotlight comes at the cost of love and happiness? Pippa breaks her silence about the scrutiny, the comparisons to her sister Kate, and the unraveling of her marriage. Why did fame destroy everything she thought was stable? Stay with us to uncover the heartbreaking truth.
Talk about life post-wedding. Has the fact that your sister now has taken on this enormous role, not only as a mom, but in her role with the royal family, has it changed your relationship?
We're very close, and we support each other and get each other's opinions and sort of be normal with each other, treat each other normally, and that sort of kept us all sort of fixed to the ground. And
so you can call any night and say, "Hey, Kate, it's Pippa, let's just do girl talk like we used to."
We have a very normal sisterly relationship. I mean, obviously she has pressures that she's taken on and things, but we spend a lot of time together. We still do a lot together as a family, and I think that's sort of the heart for all of us, is having a really close family.
Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. The moment Pippa Middleton stepped onto the world stage at her sister Kate's royal wedding, everything changed. All eyes should have been on the bride, but it was Pippa, wearing a sleek, figure-hugging white bridesmaid's dress, who captured global attention. That dress became an international fixation overnight, with front pages, social media posts, and endless online headlines declaring her an instant style icon. Pippa Mania wasn't just a fleeting sensation, it was a storm of fascination that thrust her into a level of exposure few would envy.
So remember the dress? I seem to remember this. It's the one she wore to her sister's wedding in 2011. The one that had people saying, wait a second, who are we supposed to really be looking at today? Well,
it was the Alexander McQueen dress.
Yes.
I know you knew that, right?
I don't care who made it, but I like them.
I think it was called the Humana Humana model.
Now, Pippa is saying that that dress fit, quote, a little too well.
Seems so innocuous, that comment. Yes, she was stunning. Yes, she upstaged the bride. Okay.
What the world saw as glamorous, though, came at an extraordinary personal cost. Suddenly, Pippa's private life was public property. Paparazzi followed her everywhere, from grocery stores to vacations, searching for the perfect shot. Tabloids spilled every possible detail about her romantic life, her wardrobe, her friends, even her fitness routine. Every time she left the house, someone was speculating on her choices. And with all of that came the inevitable comparisons to her sister, the Duchess of Cambridge. Pippa was constantly framed as the lesser Middleton, a tagline that brought as much scrutiny as pressure. Imagine trying to carve out your own identity while being compared to a future queen at every turn. It was relentless.
And we could see from those images as she climbed into this beautiful Rolls Royce that there is quite a train. It could take her a few minutes to get out of the car.
Yeah, I think her father was struggling with that bit, wasn't he? Quite 50s, isn't it? It's exquisite.
2 meters 70, the train. And what a vision.
It's exquisite. She...
Alexander McQueen designed this dress. A very popular choice.
I am beside myself. This is such a fashion moment, I can't tell you. Sarah Burton has had the most extraordinary year.
Experts who study the effects of fame say that this level of attention can be psychologically taxing. Dr. Donna Rockwell, a clinical psychologist specializing in celebrity culture, once explained that unwanted fame can lead to a fractured sense of identity as the world's perception of you begins to overshadow your own self-image. For Pippa, that spotlight wasn't something she asked for or sought out. about. It simply engulfed her. Though she tried her best to maintain her sense of normalcy, the reality was crushing. On the surface, it may have seemed like a dream, a life filled with parties, designer gowns, and magazine covers. But within just a few months, it was clear that this newfound fame was laced with disconnection. Pippa was no longer her own person, and this pressure didn't just infiltrate her personal sense of self, it slowly started seeping into her closest relationships, causing ripples no one could have imagined. Fame doesn't just change the way strangers see you, it can reshape how the people closest to you view you too.
Ivory and white satin gazelle.
Gazelle, okay, lovely.
That is a fabulous dress.
And the veil being held there in place by the Queen's halo tiara, combined with English pony lace. And waterside. By the Queen, made by Cartier. A very old tiara made in 1936.
For Pippa Middleton, this became heartbreakingly clear during her relationship with Alex Loudon, a former cricketer and financier. Before the world turned its gaze on her, their bond had been solid. They shared ambitions, a private, grounded life, and a mutual understanding of what they wanted for the future. But fame has a way of tearing apart even the strongest relationships. At first, Alex stood by her as the media frenzy began, but as months passed, the constant headlines and paparazzi became something neither of them could ignore. Tabloids followed their every move, speculating about marriage proposals or breakups, turning what should have been private moments into public entertainment. Friends of the couple revealed that the endless attention started to create real strain. Alex valued his privacy above all else, and suddenly his quiet life was being dissected and judged. It wasn't just the intrusion, it was the way Pippa, now the unwilling subject of Pippa mania, became a symbol rather than a partner. The friction between them escalated. Pippa, trying to navigate this surreal new world of fame, couldn't fully escape the spotlight, no matter how hard she tried. Heated arguments, sparked by the pressures of public life, became a regular part of their relationship. The media's obsession felt unrelenting, and neither Pippa nor Alex could agree on how to handle it. They cared for each other, but that wasn't enough to overcome the glaring differences in the way they viewed her fame. By the end of 2011, the cracks in their relationship grew too wide to repair, and they broke up. After Alex, Pippa found love with James Matthews, who had his own history of avoiding public attention. Marrying someone so private meant adapting again, this time in a different way. Pippa began to dim parts of herself, her independence, her once vibrant personality, to align with James's quieter lifestyle. This might have seemed like a compromise, but over time, it left her questioning who she truly was. Every adjustment came at the cost of identity, until even the marriage itself felt fragile. But that's only where this story begins to turn. Fame often appears dazzling from the outside, but for Pippa Middleton, it revealed just how much it could unravel. Her sudden worldwide recognition came with a heavy price. Her personal life turned inside out, her relationship strained, and her sense of self overshadowed by relentless scrutiny. What began as an unexpected moment of fame quickly morphed into a source of pressure, forcing her to confront the fragility of her identity and love under the world's watchful eye. Yet stepping away from that spotlight has marked a turning point. Pippa is quietly reclaiming her life, proving the power of redefining one's narrative.